多謝各位嚟臨20世紀香港天主教會歷史研究講座系列及研討會嘅活動啦。咁呢一個活動呢，就係由香港中文大學天主教研究中心、香港教區公教部同埋檔案處一齊合辦嘅。咁今日我哋嘅講座呢，就由田神父、田英傑神父呢，就幫我哋介紹個講者。
It's my honor to introduce Dr. Ayako Fukushima to the Assembly. She is assistant professor at the School of Design of Kyushu University in Japan, specialized in heritage studies. She has been in contact with Hong Kong since 2006 in order to collect material for her doctorate thesis on late involvement in Catholic Church buildings in Hong Kong, interpretation within religious, social, and political contexts from 1950s to 2015. And I have to thank her. After publishing the doctorate thesis, sent a copy to me and to other people that she has interviewed and collecting all this. Thank you. Then Dr. Fukushima has previously worked as an heritage conservation specialist at UNESCO Beijing office from 1999 to 2001. She was granted with the Fulbright Scholarship for the graduate study of historic preservation at University of Pennsylvania from 2002 to 2004. She joined the Kyushu University in 2006, and now she's teaching there. Her research interests include history of religious heritage in and outside Japan, including Hong Kong. Another point that I would like to mention, she's a very good Christian, and she has been working in a parish where Pia, my father, has been working, so she was familiar with Pia, my father. So welcome, Dr. Fukushima, to talk to us.
Oh, thank you for that, Kofi. And thank you, everybody, for spending your precious Saturday afternoon with me. So, as he introduced, I've been coming to Hong Kong over 10 years. And around 2008-9, I started research about the lay Catholics' involvement, participation in our church building project in Hong Kong. So I published a bunch of papers, and after many years, I finally finished my dissertation. And so this is one of the church in my neighborhood in Japan, and actually in my city of Fukuoka, there are quite a few Catholic churches, but most of the time it's empty. I mean, nobody's using except the Sunday Mass, which is usually just one. And this one in Nagasaki, in Goto Island, this was a church, but it's not even a church anymore. This is just a heritage building, or nothing is there, just a touristic spot. So we have a lot of buildings, but it's vacant because empty because there are no people. I mean, there are very few Catholics in Japan. So during my first project, I developed my interest in the church buildings. So the past few years, and also currently, I'm doing my second project about the church buildings in Hong Kong. But as you know, quite a few churches in Hong Kong don't even have buildings. You may have mass or some other church activities in schools or somewhere. So either church buildings or a space of worship, place of worship. So I've been studying not only from the architectural point of view, but also from the sociological point of view. So since last year, I've been doing a residential research in Hong Kong, and thanks to everybody who helped me. I've been very productive. I've published a bunch of papers, and the book is coming up in September, which will be in English later. So traditionally, this is a very general thing. Traditionally, the churches or church buildings or church architecture has been studied from these kind of perspectives. Style, it's architecture style, or you can call it design. So people used to categorize churches as, Romanesque or Gothic or Modernism or whatever. And also churches have been studied from the technological point of view. What kind of materials have been used, what kind of building materials, finishes, or what kind of building method has been used, and so on. Then another major methodology is the perspective is plan, building plan. Latin close, square, and fan shaped, and all kinds of analysis. So traditionally, church buildings has been studied as a religious, artistic, and technological product. There's nothing wrong about this, but when we look at the churches in Hong Kong, those kind of perspectives they are not really useful that much. So I will tell you why later. And so I have conducted a comprehensive survey of Catholic churches in Hong Kong. Means I've tried to identify all the Catholic churches which existed in Hong Kong, so including the existing ones, non-existing ones, but at least that was used for the public worship for a certain period of time. So so far, I identified at least 360 churches. Actually, there were more, but I couldn't identify the exact location or name of the church. So this is the minimum number. So I've developed a set of new perspectives to look at the churches in Hong Kong. So what is interesting about the churches in Hong Kong is that first of all, it's a mixed use. While if you go to Japan or other places, the church is church usually, then nothing else. But in Hong Kong, church is often it's school, it's social services center, and even it is with the commercial use. So there's all kinds of mixture of use, and quite often there's no exclusive space of worship. There's no exclusive space of religious activities in Hong Kong. So you have to use the one space for multiple purposes in Hong Kong. And the church in Hong Kong are not always permanent. You have permanent churches, but also you have temporary and transitional churches a lot. And there are different owners, which are also particular about Hong Kong. Some churches are owned by, the buildings are owned by the government or private entity. So I like to look at the churches in Hong Kong as a social product rather than their architectural aesthetic product. So, this is almost my conclusion, but I will give you this first because, so I identified the factors which brought changes to the types of church buildings in Hong Kong. So, number one, demographic changes. Number and type of people changed a lot. Like in the beginning of the history of Hong Kong, most of the Catholics were colonizers, they were Westerners, but gradually it was taken over by the Chinese and refugees, and a lot of children were coming up. Then the government town planning and also the property market affected a lot. And well, for me, the most important factor, the most influential factor is the church-state relations. So during the colonial time, church and the government were very cooperative, friendly relationship, but gradually, because of this China factor, church was kind of forced to be independent, which I will talk later. So this is what I discovered, but let me tell you details later. So you will ask, then what are you doing this, for what? So of course, my job is not making a list of churches. It's just part of my job. But my job as a historian is to produce meta-knowledge, means knowledge for knowledge. In other words, I have to provide a new perspective of history. So my question is, what is the modality of religion and secularization in Hong Kong? Even though I'm studying the Catholic churches, but I need to understand the churches in the perspective of secularization. Because Hong Kong is a very much secularized society, after all. Not only Hong Kong, everywhere now. So this is a very general the theories of sociological theories of secularity, very famous. In general, secularity is understood as a retreat of religion in public life, separation of church and state. And that's secularity. And the definition too is decline in belief and practice. So that means, fewer and fewer people go to church or temples or those kind of things. Yeah, very simple. But the understanding of secularity after the late 20th century, these few decades, is this one. Actually, religion does not decline. It does not disappear. It doesn't die out at all. But only the conditions of belief changes. Nowadays, there are a lot of options for you, plurality. A lot of options for you. You can be a Christian, you can be an atheist, you can be a Buddhism, you can be a Sunday Christian or whatever. There are a lot of options. So being faithful or being religious is just one of many options. It's just one. Whereas if you are in the medieval time or even the pre-modern time, there was no choice. You have to go to church or you have to go to temple. Or, you have to join a kind of at least one of the religious community, but not now. So this has been understood as not the decline of religion, but it's a recomposition. Religion has been, it's always there, but it's being recomposed all the time. So in such a society, the church, just being one option among many others, needs to keep on demonstrating the meaning and usefulness, practical usefulness for the secularized society. Church has to prove that church is useful, helpful. And so that church keeps devising space of worship. So this is the reason why there are different types of buildings in form, use, or owners. And in the sociological term, this is called like adaptation, appropriation, hybridization. But this is boring, so I'm not going to talk too much about this thing. But anyway, so religion has been recomposed always. So this will be the meta knowledge if I can do. So let me go back. Let me talk about what I found out. So I tried to understand what types of churches have existed. And I tried to categorize from the four perspectives that I provided. Permanency, exclusive religious space, owners, and also use of the mixture of uses. So from the very beginning of colonization, what was there? What the missionaries established was the mission station, so-called. So many of them are gone now, so I can't really give you very good pictures, but this is the oldest chapel in Chekam. But this is already the better mission station. It's more like a permanent one. So they established a lot of mission stations, mostly in the rural areas. So at least I have found out 130 mission stations. At least, actually there were a lot more. At least 200 to 300, but I couldn't identify the exact location. So far 130. Then mission station is usually it was used as a school, or it was a place for the priests to stay. So the mixed use, and so therefore the space was not exclusive for religious activities. And mission station was meant to be a temporary facility, but some became permanent churches later. And the buildings were usually owned by the church, but some were like a rent from the villagers and so on. And there was no such involvement of the government in establishment of mission stations, except the vernacular schools, which were subsidized government. So there was not much government involvement. So I tried to map out the location of the mission stations. The dots and the stars are mission stations, which I could identify the locations. So the gray colored area is the inhabited, populated area. So you can see that it's been very well planned out. That there are mission stations in all the inhabited areas, especially in the new territories. So I believe that the missionaries were very strategic, very tactic in allocating the mission stations. So in the 20th century, mission stations gradually becomes a bit sophisticated, like this one. So this was like a second generation of the mission stations. So it's in between temporary small station to the permanent proper very big one. So this was very small in terms of size. It's really very small. Probably can accommodate 150 people, something like that. Very small chapel on the ground floor, and the first floor is 5 classrooms, and the second floor is the police quarter. So this was the St. Francis of Assisi Church and Datum School in Kowloon City, which was built in 1937, and as a kind of mission station. But this was demolished in 1943 by the Japanese for them to expand their airport. So that's why we got a new church in Shekip, Maine, then St. Francis of Assisi Church in 1955. So that was a replacement of this church. So at the same time, the proper permanent church were built. I don't need to spend too much time on this because you know what is the standalone permanent church, cathedral, or St. Margaret Church, St. Teresa Church, this is really the church that people usually think about. So I found at least 30 of them existed, standalone church, and usually there's no mixed use. Therefore, there was an exclusive space of worship. Yeah, it's a permanent church, and it's of course owned by the church. But there was loosely interdependent church and government relationship, because the colonial government was very cooperative to give the church the site. Sometimes they give the financial assistance in the construction. So the government was very, very friendly and cooperative. So so they were in a very good relationship, and at the same time, there were not too many, but school chapel were used as for the public worship from time to time. So this is one of the first examples. Recently renovated the chapel, the Canossian Chapel on the Cane Road. So what I mean by school chapel is that it's a Catholic school, usually operated by the religious congregations. So they quite often they have a proper chapel. But originally it's meant for the school use only, but somehow they open to the public. So it's not really the private anymore. So this is also open to the public. Also we can go on Sunday. Yeah, altar is back. Yeah, like why, and this is a lot later, but yeah, the chapel was open to the public in 1959. So 25, I've identified 25 of them opened to the public. Well, actually the chapel is chapel, but I'm talking about the compound and the buildings. So it's usually it's school. So chapel is one part of the school. Sometimes it's an independent building, but sometimes it's just one room in the building. But it's an exclusive space for the religious activities, and it's meant to be a permanent church, chapel, and of course it's owned by the church. But again, for this kind of schools, Catholic schools and chapters, there were also very kind of loose interdependent church and government relationships. Government was, again, very willing to support such schools from the very beginning. Then I jump to the post-war period. So what was built, what was established as a church after the war is chapels in refugee settlement. Well, you know very well that a lot of refugees they came to Hong Kong even before the war, but even more after the war. So the missionaries established social services facilities in the areas where the refugees settled temporarily. Because of the temporary nature, most of this kind of chapel is gone. It's gone, but there are a few remains. One of them is this one in Homonting. I don't know why this remained. This was not demolished, and I hope I can find that. But anyway, it's being renovated and converted into the diocesan pastoral center for the disabled. Another example now is still there, Fotak. Originally this entire compound was like a social services center for the refugees. This photo must be from probably 70s or 80s, but anyway. Well, now this is not open to the public now, so it's not like this now. It's just like a storage now. Yeah. So I have found that 14 chapels in the refugee settlement, and what is interesting is that all of them were established in a few years' time, 1952, 53, 54, early 50s, because of the refugee influx. And this kind of chapel was used for all kinds of purposes: school, nursery, clinic, factory, preschoolers, for everything. So of course there's no exclusive space of worship. It meant to be a temporary facility, but some of them are still there, but most of them are gone. And even though I can't find out too much information about those, but it seems most of them are actually owned by the church, but quite often the site was provided by the government. So when the government clears refugee settlement, the government resumed the site. So that's why the buildings are all gone. So after the war, church and government became very much interdependent. So the government provided the site, even the building construction cost, subsidized. They subsidized a lot. So the two parties really became very much interdependent. And slightly later, in the 50s, there's still a lot of refugees are coming, and Catholic Church established a permanent kind of churches, which I call church and school complex. There are many. I mean, all of them are still there. The first one was I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong information. The first one it's gone now. It was the Wan Chai Church, Gairap School, and Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, which is replaced now. And it was built in 1950, but it's gone now. So I think this was the second, St. Anthony's Church and School. So this is like the third one, St. Francis of Assisi. So you do have quite a spacious, large space exclusively reserved for the Mass and liturgy. So at least a few hundred, 500, and the St. Francis of Assisi is 1,000, so which is very close to the capacity of cathedral, the second largest. Still, like St. Jude's, again, very the huge church. Now it's a kindergarten. the school was closed, now it's kindergarten. So a lot of those church and school complexes were established mostly in the 50s and early 60s. And I have found at least 23 of them. Yeah, even though it has an exclusive space of worship, which has a capacity of between 300 and 1,000, but they always have schools, right? And feast quarters, they must. They must. So there's no standalone churches after the war in principle. Then it's a permanent church. Most of them are still there, still used, very much used, and it's owned by the church. But in order to build this kind of church, government and church worked very closely. They were very interdependent. In the beginning, the church tried to be independent, but government was generous enough to give you the free no land premium for the school portion, two-thirds of the price, two-thirds of the land premium for the church and 100% for the police quarter. So that was the deal between the church and government. Yeah, so the Catholic Church still needs to spend a lot of money, but they could secure the permanent church space. So this is like a concept model. So there are a lot of variations, but this is just a concept. So you usually have you usually can find like a hall or covered playground on the ground floor. Then upstairs you have a church. Then you have classrooms, teachers' rooms, priest quarters, and upstairs. So at least those spaces are permanently owned by the churches. Yeah, this is St. Francis of Assisi. They change the use a lot, but this is the ground floor. Yeah, this is a hall, and yeah, the first floor is the church, the huge church. This is a priest quarter. The school wing is here. Yeah, so this is my latest project. My latest project is about the architects who built a lot of Catholic churches in the 50s and 60s. So yeah, I've been studying those guys. Chin Nai, he built St. Francis of Assisi, St. Jude, St. Anne, Our Lady of Rosary, one in Taipo. He built many, many churches in a short period of time. So those people are very interesting. So I've been studying those people. And slightly later, the Catholic Church realized they just changed their building policy a little bit. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, that's something else. I'm not talking about it. Yeah, at the same time, in the 1950s, since the 1950s, church also used private buildings in order to deal with the increasing refugees, increasing Catholics. There are not too many Catholic churches which are in the private buildings, whereas a lot of Protestant denominations use private buildings, what you call the upper floor church and so on. Not too many, but there were a few examples, several examples, especially in the 1950s and 60s. And this is gone. This is gone. But this was in the middle of the Nathan Road, called St. Joseph the Worker Chapel and Catechumenate. So obviously, it's in the the rental space in the commercial building. So a lot of people were working in this area, and this was like somehow in between St. Francis of Assisi and St. Teresa Church. So, this is much later, but one of the example. The church is here. Actually, church is here. Yeah, but no, not too many. No? Yeah, church is here. On the, and this is also the recent interesting use of luxurious, apartment building. They are using the clubhouse, like a wedding banquet hall or something for Sunday Mass, which is interesting. And this is the latest example of the use of the private building. This is a transitional church, St. Peter Church for the sea apostolate, for the seafarers. So they used to be in the Mariners Club, but since it's been redeveloped, they are temporarily using the floor in the private building in Jordan. They will be here for a few more years. But what is interesting is that they are on their own. The diocese is not involved in this church. I mean, at least Lent and those kind of things, not at all. Diocese is not taking care. So they are on their own. And there are masses at a private farm, which I haven't really investigated yet. But this is really example. And this might be where you may need to go in the future. You may have more of this in the future, unfortunately. So anyway, the church in the private buildings, I have founded 31 of them, mostly in 50s and 50s, 60s, 70s. And well, there's usually no exclusive spaces, but sometimes yes. And those places were used for schools, priest quarters, social service centers. It was mostly for refugees and working class people. So it meant to be transitional, but some became permanent. And so it was, usually church was just a tenant, but sometimes church they purchased a unit of the building. So obviously there's no involvement of the government in this type of building. Slightly later, in the 60s, mostly in the 60s, the Catholic Church didn't build church and school complex anymore because this costs a lot of money. This is expensive building and takes more time, and so church realized that there's a cheaper way to establish and cheaper and quicker way to establish a church in the Catholic schools without exclusive space of worship. So this was to deal with the increasing children of refugees, and missionaries were very happy to save a lot of money to construct. This was the first one, very first one. Still there, in Kunton. So essentially, this is a school. But this is also called St. John the Baptist Catholic Mass Center. So this is a mass center, right? There's a covered playground on the ground floor, and so on the weekdays, the kids are using as a covered playground properly, but on weekends this becomes a mass center, right? So this is also the earliest the same year as the St. John the Baptist. One I see same, the ground floor, covered playground, but it's also what they call chapel. Yeah, so there were at least 24 of them, mostly in the 60s. So essentially, it's a school. It's a school, but because this is a private building, the owner of the building is a Catholic church, so you can have a priest quarters on the top floor usually. It's as a owner you have a freedom to do that, but mostly because of the money issue and also the time of the construction, there's no such exclusive space. No, there's just a hall, school hall, a covered playground. Yeah, but it's a permanent church. All of them are still used, today. Yeah, but it's owned either by the diocese or by the religious congregations. And the relations between church and government became even more interdependent. Well, because it's a school, the church did not need to pay any land premium because it's school. School is free. But they did pay. They did pay for the priest quarters. They did pay, but it's a lot of saving, a lot cheaper than the church and school complex. Then, since it's a school, so the hall is meant to be the educational use. But of course, the government was very tolerant and very understanding of the church, using the covered playground or hall for the mass and liturgy. That was completely okay, and even today, it's still okay. So this was a very cheaper and quicker way to have a church. Well, this is a concept model. Yeah, so there's no exclusive permanent church space. So usually you have covered playground or hall on the ground floor, sometimes first floor. Then the church calls it mass center. By the way, mass center it's a coined word, particularly in Hong Kong. There's nothing like that exists in other places. There's no mass center outside of Hong Kong. Okay, so don't use this word outside of Hong Kong. Nobody will understand. So the church could still use and own the space of the priest quarters. It's still private places. So even in the Kwun Tong, St. John the Baptist, the school, the priests are still living there, which is okay. Difficult to see. This is one Tai scene, covered playground. Yeah. So it's so obvious, when I look at the drawing, it's so obvious that the church was very much prepared to use the covered playground for the liturgy and mass since the beginning. So in the 70s, as you know, the education became compulsory. Primary education in 71 and lower secondary in 78. So because of this, church didn't need to build schools anymore. Means that it will be the government to build schools. So it's even cheaper. The church didn't have to pay almost anything. So it was a great money saving way. And yeah, as you know, a lot of new towns were being developed since the late 60s. So a lot of public housings were built in new towns, and those housing estates always have government standard design school. So this is the property of government that Catholic Church could use as a church. Yeah, this is an example in 80s, but well, there were many. And yeah, so this is a government standard design school. So this was originally called school number 2 in the Butterfly Estate, but now it's called Yantak Catholic Primary School, and also it's St. Matthew's Apostle Mass Center. Yeah, so this is the hall on the first floor, but on the weekend it becomes like this. So everything is movable, and this is movable. This is, you need to hide this with the partitions during the weekdays, so all the chairs are movable. Yeah, so I found out 36 of them. Most of them were established in 70s, and well, it's school, and there's no such exclusive space of worship. But the building is permanent, and yeah, like this one. This is like a permanent parish, still using heavily, and church intends to use permanently. Some schools were used for transitional purposes. Means like there was one Catholic school used as mass centers in Tinshui, while the proper church, St. Jerome's Church, was under construction. But once the proper church was opened, then they don't need to use the school any longer. So there were quite a few transitional mass centers in the government standard design schools. And yeah, what is different is, yeah, this is clearly owned by the government. And yeah, it's completely dependent. Dependent on the government. Catholic Church is really dependent on the government, and so the church is merely a tenant of the government property. But still, so far the government is tolerating non-religious use. And yeah, as you notice, because the government provided everything, so this was really the cheapest way to have a church. Until the Y2K, the millennium so-called design schools emerges. So in the 70s, 80s, and even the 90s, the church could not be involved in the design and planning of this kind of building. But since the 2000, around that time, now the church can be involved in the design, such as the new St. Peter's secondary school in Aberdeen, or one in Tunjum. But here, there's no space for there's no space owned by the church. So church is just a tenant. So nothing. Yeah. So if you there's not even the priest quarters, no priest quarters. So these are very small facilities. This is a parish office, which is extremely small. It's extremely small, and the parish priest is living in the nearby in a private estate. So there's no such space which the church can use freely. So there were not too many examples of the church with social services. Not too many, but it's like it's come and go. Yeah. So in the early days, in the 19th century and early 20th century, a lot of the social services facilities were temporarily or transitionally used as kind of parish church. One of the earliest example. I'm not sure what will be happening to this. I'm not too sure, but this used to be a provisional parish church for quite a long time. And also, like, the Christ the King Chapel in Causeway Bay. It's part of the social services facilities, but now it's like permanent church. This is a newer example, very interesting one. This is a Caritas building, but it's also a permanent parish church. On the first floor is what they call multi-purpose hall. So there are a lot of lessons, like karate, judo, all kinds of yoga and all kinds of things are going on. But weekdays, weekend it will become like this, and people bring an altar and so on. Yeah, so this is a very good example of the maximization and multiplication of the space. Yeah, so it was a social services centers, like a Caritas center, or it was a hospital. Sometimes they have exclusive space, but usually they just use the hall. But what is good about this is a permanent place. It's owned by the church, but some of them, like Caritas Medical Center in Kowloon, it's a government facility now. And as you know, Caritas is heavily subsidized by the government. So even though the owner is church, but the relationship is very interdependent. So the situation changed dramatically in the 80s, as you know. Hong Kong will be handed over to China, and at the same time, more new towns were coming. So this handover thing dramatically changed the type of the church. Yeah, so the previously, because the church and the government were very friendly, interdependent, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So there was no problem from the very beginning up to here for the church to use the schools and use the government money for religious activities. There was no problem. But suddenly the situation changed. Well, you know why, but yes, if you use the government facilities or even the private buildings, but which are heavily subsidized the government can take these buildings if they want. So church church changed its policy dramatically. So like this. Usually it has a permanent, exclusive space of worship, and it has kindergarten. Why kindergarten? This is not compulsory education, so it's a private facility. So government cannot really take this freely. Cannot. And yes, even though the church still got the discount, but obviously the the church paid a huge amount of land premium for this, discounted, but still a lot of money. Yeah, so it's kindergarten. Yeah, so it appears in the 90s. 12 of them. Yeah, usually kindergarten. It cannot be primary school or secondary school anymore. Too risky. Okay. Then you can also have preschoolers. Usually it has a seating capacity between 300 and 700. It must be permanent. To prepare for the future threat. And yeah, of course, it's owned by the church, diocese, and the church tried to be independent, but cannot be 100% independent. It's really impossible to pay the 100% land premium. Impossible. So yeah, church still had received a favor of the government, reduction, and nominal rent premium for the kindergarten portion. But it was very clear that the church was trying to have a distance from government. This is Qing Yi, hard to say, but hard to figure out. But this is there is a church hall, an assembly hall, and kindergarten. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of church with kindergarten was built in the 90s, but recently the Hong Kong doesn't really need too many kindergartens anymore, and also land premium is even more expensive, so the church doesn't really afford paying even the reduced amount of land premium. So the church devised, church launched their own development project. So this is famous, So the church and school complex built in 1950 was demolished, and that land was sold to the Chen Kong, and now this is a 42-story apartment building. So the church occupies the half of the podium. Yeah, the Catholic Church so far has only one example so far, but there are more examples for the Protestant churches. So usually it's mixed with residential, all kinds of commercial use. And yeah, one church has about 300 seating capacity. It is permanent, even though it's a mixed commercial building, but it is a permanent church. It is the church space is owned by the diocese. This is nice, and church is completely independent. Yeah, because it worked with developer, so didn't involve any government. More recently, there is a tendency to going back to the Mass Center in Catholic schools, but with different conditions. Why? Because Catholics are increasing, especially in the new towns, and the rent premium is even more expensive. So this is a kind of a compromise I'm lapping up very soon. So because you can't build new primary schools and secondary schools anymore, you don't need to build those kind of schools anymore. So this was an option, the new campus building in Chenkang, Tiegunling. So this kind of very similar setting, the lecture hall, is used for the Sunday Mass, and this is full of people from the very beginning. Yeah, so yes, independent. Even though the church has a huge loan, but still it's a private school. And even this is the most recent and the last example. Yeah, so the church has a difficulty to have its own space of worship. So, but somehow church still has to have some kind of public services facility, otherwise it can't have a new church. So this is the latest project of the diocese, the St. Joseph Church in Fanling. So this one, as you know, built in 1953, but it's too small. It's really, I think about 200 capacity. It's too small, and the district is really growing. So the church negotiated with the government to have this piece of land. So they are now building an extension of the St. Joseph Church. But this extension cannot be a pure church because you can't get a discount of the land premium for pure church purposes. So the compromise was that the new church will be multi-purpose hall for local communities. So the local communities, the non-Catholic people, will be using they will be using the extension for some kind of activities like schools, graduation ceremony or whatever. So this was the compromise. But yeah, it's a very clever way for the church. Yeah, let me skip this one. Yeah, so I'm not too sure whether you agree with my point, but to me, really, the physical churches or the space of worship is really the evidence, physical evidence of recomposition of religion in the secularized society of Hong Kong, and it just keeps changing, and yeah, it will be changing more because of the very unfavorable situation between the political situation. It will change a lot in the coming few decades, but the church never dies out. It's keep recomposed, and yeah, I always find it amazing, especially in Japan. What I find is empty buildings, without people. So I honestly admire the church in Hong Kong. And so this will be my last slide. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Ayoko Fukushima's presentation. Do you have any questions for her? Actually, I have one question. Just now you mentioned about church in the kindergarten because
Sorry?
of
Church
church with kindergarten.
Yeah, church with kindergarten.
And also there is also church in the tertiary institution.
Yeah.
So is because you say that they are private, and so the church has more control on the premise, or is there any other reasons or strategies for the church, for the diocese to choose these two kinds of institutions to evangelize? I mean, it is easier to evangelize to the children, smaller children, their parents, or the higher education people.
I don't think so. I don't think it was the major reasons that the church established kindergartens and the higher institute of education. Well, first of all, it was the desire of the Catholic Church to have a university, Catholic university. Always, since the very beginning of the history, the Catholic Church always wanted to have a Catholic university in Hong Kong, but somehow they couldn't, and so finally they are still trying to. And the kindergartens, no, I don't really think it was the evangelical reason. It was more like practical reason. Because, to establish primary and secondary schools, because it's a compulsory education, you have to follow a lot of government regulations, and you have to work closely with the government. But whereas the kindergartens, it's not compulsory; it's a private, facility and education. So it's not too complicated to establish a new kindergarten. But since you don't have too many kids nowadays, now even kindergartens are not so welcome these days. Yeah. So then the latest churches want to have kindergartens because of these demographic reasons. Yeah.
You mentioned that we are living in a secularized context.
Yeah.
In such a context, which kind of architecture would you propose? A autonomous church building or a multi-purpose center in which there is the church, or mass centers in residential buildings? Which kind of, in this secularized context?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. No, I can't propose anything, but well, what I found is that every period of time, church found a way to create a space, to secure space, by all means. So there were not too many choices, anytime. There were not too many choices. You always, church doesn't have too much money. The money is the one issue, and space, you don't have space. And yes, and those places of worship were the products of some sort of compromises. Of course, it would be good to have the churches like a standalone churches, but you can't. Impossible. But when I visit a lot of churches in Hong Kong, I find it very meaningful to have social services center, used as churches, and people are very creative, to use spaces, maximizing, and they are very creative. But if you come to Japan, we have plenty of space and plenty of actually options, but no people, So it's like a completely waste of space, So, well, then what's the point of building, church building? Well, it's like, used like 1 hour, in 1 week. So it's a pity. I can't really propose anything, but I am sure that the Catholic Church will keep devising the new, all kinds of places of worship, and which will be always interest of me. Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
When you described a relationship between the church and the state, which I assume you mean church and the local government, you particularly used the word tolerate, which seems to suggest some form of tension or dynamic between the relationship between the church and the local government. So would you mind elaborate a bit more? And also, is this typical of Hong Kong, or is it similar in other Asian countries?
So toleration of the religious use of the non-religious space, right? It's, as far as I understand, it's unique in Hong Kong. Well, so far I've studied churches only in Japan and Hong Kong, so I can't really talk about other places in Asia. I don't know. South Korea may have similar situation, but definitely not in Japan. Because, as I said, there are too few Catholics in Japan, so people don't really need to use the schools or too much space, but too few people in Japan. And the tolerance of the government, it's, I think, more appropriate word will be, interdependent, mutually, cooperative, working relationship. Probably you know better than me that being a colony of the British, the British government doesn't want to spend too much money on welfare, social welfare for the local Chinese people. So the church was a very useful partner for the colonial government. The church is always willing to take up the social services, educational services with a lot cheaper cost than the government itself. So the subsidizing church, Catholic Church, and many other religious organizations, they are heavily subsidized, but it's a lot cheaper than the government doing educational and social services by itself. In Japan, 90% of the schools are public schools. But it costs a lot of money for the government, so we have to pay a lot of taxes. But that is also one reason that there's no room for the church to be socially very visual present in Japan. But now, since the 80s, the situation has been changing, and it's been unfavorable, clearly, for the church. Then I am afraid it won't be like 2047. It will be much earlier that the government may come to the church and may tell you, you can't use the school hall anymore, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. So even though this kind of thing, nobody says publicly and officially, but it's so obvious that and everybody knows actually. It will change a lot in the coming 1 to 2 decades. And that's why I mentioned that probably there will be more more private homes will be used for mass and religious activities in the future, and small Christian communities may come back again in the near future. But that's not the worst always. That's the challenge. People may be more faithful, rather than being so free and so lazy in Japan. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Very interesting in different aspects. I'm not sure I'm 100% agree with the argument that that Hong Kong is facing a kind of secularization. I don't know. It seems that, all the churches I went to, they're overflowing with people and catechumen. And even in Japan, I don't know enough about to talk about Japan, right? Like every other street, there is at least 1 to 2 shrines where people visit, regularly. So I wonder if you could say something about secularization in our 21st century culture in Asia. In Japan or Hong Kong, I'm not too sure I agree with secularization, because I see that young people are going back to church. That's a very that's a good thing, but it seems that there's a kind of reversal going on for whatever reasons.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so the secularization that you're talking about is this decline. But the secularity I'm talking about is this. It's a slightly different concept. So obviously, like in the Western hemisphere, and also in Japan, obviously the churchgoers are fewer and fewer. But it doesn't really mean that religion is dying out. The secularity, which I was talking about, it's a changes in conditions. Yeah, people still go to church, but people go there. You go to church because you chose to do so. You don't have to go, but that was your choice. And other people have different choices, not going to a church or going to a temple or worshiping different kinds of things. So there's secularization. I don't mean by secularization that people don't believe in religion. No, there are always a lot of people who are religious, and even the ordinary people, who are not so religious, but a lot of people still go to the temple once a year without understanding what it is. So people are always spiritual. Almost everybody is people are spiritual, but people like you are very religious and faithful. But there are options. There are many options, and so the faith became one of the options. Then you have a right to choose. So that is what I mean, the secularity. Yes. Thank you.
Nowadays in China, they emphasize everything should be Chinese style, Chinization.
Yeah.
Would you agree to have building a church in Chinese style in China or Japanese style in Japan?
You mean the style, right? Architecture. Well, actually, I don't have any specific preference in the architecture style because I don't design anything. So, localization of design is it's difficult. I mean, I've been studying the St. Francis of Assisi Church, which I like it a lot. But the same architect designed St. Jude Church, St. Anne Church, Our Lady of Rosary Church in Kennedy Town, the Church, Immaculate Heart of Mary Church in Taipo. Those have exactly the same design, the modernism design. So he somehow abandoned Chinese style. I don't know why, but because you are in a seminary all the time, so you appreciate the Chinese style, Sino-Chinese style, and I do appreciate, very much. But it's really difficult, and I assume that in the 1950s, I think people didn't have enough time to develop the design, aesthetics of the design. That's why I think he couldn't build any more churches of Chinese styles because it really takes a lot of time, whereas the modernism design, I wouldn't say it's easy, but simpler. So it's if people do the localized, design, then you really have to be a good designer. So it's not easy, and certainly, I would one day, love to see the church, Catholic Church of Chinese style in mainland China. One day, that would be lovely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
One question here. I'm quite interested in the example in Wanchai which you shared, which the church was built through urban regeneration. But so far, if I'm correct, there's only one example in Hong Kong. Do you think it's a model which we will see more often given the scarcity of land in Hong Kong? Or would this model be quite sensitive, especially when there's partnership with a private developer?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's sensitive because you may be changing the land use. The church may put itself in the danger of bleaching land use and so on. So it's not easy. And also because a lot of conditions must be met before this kind of project was planned. The lease agreement was made before the war, when the land lease was quite, flexible and not too much restrictions. And usually you redevelop the church. So that means you need to demolish, the existing structure. And which one you do? Can you really demolish? I mean, so that's that's also not easy. But possible, technically possible. You can find a lot of examples in the Protestant churches, like Methodist. There's one in Lok Fu. I don't remember the name, but Pentecostal, right? It's possible, but it's very sensitive and. Church has to be politically correct and so on. But it's a very, very good question. But maybe, in the future, yes.
Sorry, we have running out of time for the next section. Maybe we can discuss this after the seminar. Sorry for that. Thank you very much for Dr. Fukushima.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, our next section is about Ritchie Hall Archives Conservation and Acquisition Project. As a Catholic dormitory run by the Jesuit, Ritchie Hall is part of the Catholic Church history in Hong Kong. And our presenter is Nixon Leung and his project members. Nixon Leung is founding co-convener of the Ritchie Hall Archives Conservation and Acquisition Project and a resident tutor of Ritchie Hall of the University of Hong Kong. He is also the Deputy Honorary Secretary of the Hong Kong Ritchie Heritage Society. His research interests include residential education, heritage conservation, archival management, community building, and social innovation. Nixon received his bachelor degrees and master degree from the University of Hong Kong. So now it's time. Thank you.
Testing. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the introduction. And actually, I and my colleagues are assigned to use Cantonese to illustrate. But in order to echo with Dr. Fukushima, maybe I will just add a very brief summary before I proceed back to Cantonese. Okay, so but before the very brief English summary, maybe I just introduce my fellow colleague. I'm Nixon, and then this is Jeff Lowe, and this is Mr. Ran Zheng, and Jeff and Ryan, they are the honorary secretary and the publications member of Ritchie Hall Association, HAUSU. And so when Dr. Fukushima just talked about churches as a religious space in Hong Kong, and actually I think it is kind of perfect match for the talk of Dr. Fukushima and ours, because Dr. Fukushima did a broad survey among the churches in Hong Kong, and like several hundreds. And in our cases, we only focus on one of the churches. I think we are one of the two special kind of church plus university hostel, or you put residential hall. And so we will focus on brief history and then some architectural features, as well as how this chapel come residential hall got some impact to the university, the hall community, as well as Hong Kong society. 咁轉翻咗廣東話啦，咁啱啱介紹咗少少我哋幾位嘅計劃嘅成員啦，咁我哋個分工會係咁樣嘅。咁首先我會簡單介紹一下香港大學利馬道宿舍嘅一啲嘅歷史，一個好簡單嘅概括啦，跟住Ryan 佢會同我哋講一講利馬道宿舍嘅一啲建築嘅特色，然之後我會繼續講少少利馬道宿舍作為一個學術同埋傳教嘅中心，以及佢嘅校友點樣去喺唔同嘅方面去貢獻香港呢個社會，乃至於由校友嘅行事，我哋可以折射出香港史嘅光輝嘅一頁。然之後羅同學佢會同我哋講一講翻歷史保育點樣係宿舍傳統嘅一個重要嘅一環，咁同埋佢對大學教育有啲咩嘅影響。咁我都聽到。咁顧名思義，香港大學利馬道宿舍其實係紀念翻耶穌會嘅神父利馬道神父啦。咁佢係其中一批最早來華嘅傳教士嚟嘅。而利馬道宿舍佢位於薄扶林道93號，佢本身係一個叫菲力角炮台 （Fly Point Battery）， 佢後尾係由一個炮台改變成一座大學嘅宿舍。呢個喺宿舍開幕嘅時候，當時耶穌會嘅神長亦都話：我哋點樣由一個打仗嘅地方變成一個文教嘅地方，咁其實都係有佢獨特嘅意義喺度。咁利馬道宿舍喺1928年嘅11月13號由當時嘅輔政司蕭頓去奠基嘅，然之後就喺1929年12月16號由當時嘅香港總督金文泰爵士開幕。咁跟住落嚟係金文泰爵士喺開幕嘅時候講嘅一啲嘅內容。咁 我簡單咁嚟講一講啦，就係佢希望呢一個宿舍能夠為香港呢個殖民地去帶嚟唔同嘅貢獻。佢亦都預計呢個殖民地嘅呢間利瑪竇宿舍，佢會能夠改善到，能夠有一個好大嘅重要性啦，對大學嚟講同埋對社會嚟講。咁我哋都好高興見到金文泰總督佢嘅一個嘅勸勉喺未來亦都成為咗一個事實。咁宿舍喺1929年開幕到1941年就維持咗12年左右啦，就因為第二次世界大戰而停辦。咁你會見到下面嗰本書《Jesuits Under Fire》係由Father Thomas Ryan 所寫嘅，咁我哋一間都會提及到佢。咁佢詳細去講咗日軍喺1941年嘅12月8號去到25號期間嗰個侵略啦。咁而亦都因為呢一個嘅侵略而令到宿舍喺我哋所謂3年08個月期間去停辦嘅。右手邊係一張1949年嘅飛機相，航空嘅鳥瞰嘅圖片，你會見到喺我睇下先，撳唔撳到？唔好撳到，我會或者用個 mouse 去嗱呢一度。呢一個就係當時嘅利瑪竇宿舍。咁一間我嘅同事 Ryan 佢亦都會講多少少，唔該。佢亦都會講多少少關於舊宿舍嗰個結構安排。咁我哋宿舍喺1967年重建啦，由單棟嘅建築本來係裝到60人，咁去到重建嘅時候就裝到120人。咁左手邊係個建築嘅情況，右手邊咧就係宿舍6棟嘅建築嘅情況。咁一間 Ryan 亦都會講多少少嘅。咁然之後咧，去到1990年同埋2015年，我哋宿舍有2次嘅大規模嘅裝修。咁一間Ryan 亦都會講多少少個裝修嘅一啲嘅概念同理念。咁去到今年，我哋就啱啱慶祝緊宿舍嘅90週年。咁或者我哋將個時間交俾 Ryan 去講一講宿舍嘅一啲建築特色。
好啦，咁大家見到而家眼前見到咧就係我哋我哋由1929年至1966年啦，一直用緊嘅舊宿舍啦。咁佢咧就係混合咗一個中西合璧嘅，咁咧就以一個西方嘅建築特色為主啦，加入咗中式嘅元素嘅，就例如好似屋檐啊同埋瓦片咁樣。咁咧佢就會同1931年建成嘅華南總修院咧，咁都係同出一轍嘅。好啦，咁去到1967年嗰陣咧，就係好似 Nixon 所講一個大嘅重建啦。咁我就佢係好似1958年九龍華仁書院嘅聖依納爵小堂啦，同埋1962年嘅香港大會堂一樣咧，佢係沿用咗一個現代主義嘅，所以就係一脈相承嘅。咁一個現代主義嘅建築特色咧，其實就係着重咗一個建築嘅實用性啦，同埋佢運用公共空間嘅。咁咧就好似我哋由 New Block 行到 Old Block 咁咧，會途經一個4方走廊啦，或者係佢嘅飯堂。咁你見到左邊嗰張相咧，就係我哋四間房中間就有個4方形嘅公共空間，咁就俾我哋嘅宿生啦，可以喺嗰度進行一啲交流嘅活動嘅，例如打邊爐啊，或者係我哋俗稱嘅墮邊爐啦。跟住見到右邊嗰度咧，就係一張圖書館嘅相嘅。我哋宿舍咧就有2間多用途嘅圖書館啦，咁就開放出嚟俾我哋宿生去進行一啲開會啊，或者係溫書嘅活動嘅。咁我哋宿舍咧係一共有5座樓居啦，係俾我哋宿生去居住嘅。咁呢5座樓居佢係以一個樓梯去連接啦，咁係運用咗一個互鎖系統或者 interlocking system。係啦，咁每條走廊咧，佢就只係相隔半層嘅啫。咁變相咧，我哋宿生咧，只要行上1層樓梯咧，就可以上到另一條走廊啦。咁佢咁樣就可以縮短咗宿生與宿生之間嘅距離啦。咁就可以方便一啲交流活動，從而去促進感情交流。好啦，另外我哋亦都係有個教堂，就係上智之助小堂嘅。咁咧佢面積咧就同我哋嘅dining hall 飯堂一樣咁大嘅，但係咧 佢嘅特別之處咧就係教堂佢係比我哋嘅飯堂高嘅，所以咧係象徵咗精神嘅食糧係比起肉體嘅食糧更加重要啦。而另外你見到右邊有個空氣十字架啊，咁咧佢亦都係象徵住上主嘅救恩係無處不在。咁早喺60年代嘅時候咧，已經有沿用呢啲前衛嘅環保概念啦，就好似每棟樓每間房，即係右邊嗰張圖，每間房佢設有一個露台啦，咁變相宿生佢只要打開窗門咧，就可以形成一個對流嘅效果，咁就可以令走廊更加清爽啦。另外左邊嗰張圖咧，你見到左上角嗰度咧，其實就係一間儲物房嘅，咁呢啲儲物房咧就位於每條走廊嘅東南兩端啦。咁就可以方便形成一個隔熱嘅作用嘅。咁呢兩種設計咧，咁就可以減少宿生喺房間入邊咧用電器或者係即係降溫嘅電量啦。咁最後嚟到我哋2015年嘅裝修啦。咁呢個裝修係由我哋前校友李仲明先生，咁咧佢就會統籌嘅。咁李仲明先生曾經係負責過多項獲獎嘅建築項目啦，例如係灣仔嘅藍屋建築群啊，同埋粉嶺裁判法院嘅。咁喺裝修期間咧，我哋見到左邊嗰張圖咧就係我哋嘅飯堂啦。咁佢就會有波波燈嘅。咁喺裝修嘅過程入邊咧，就將70-80年代一直沿用住嘅波波燈咧，就取代咗，因為1990年會變咗做長條形嘅光管啦。咁而另外右邊嗰張圖咧，就係我哋一個水泵嘅陳列咗出嚟，就因為我哋裝修嗰陣咧，就發現咗原來有個鹹水嘅水泵系統啦。咁就喺裝修嘅過程入邊發掘咗出嚟，咁從而就陳列咗出嚟俾我哋嘅宿生去睇翻以前間科嘅面貌啦。
好，唔該 Ryan 同我哋介紹一下宿舍嘅一個我哋俗稱叫 physical structure 啦，即係嗰個物理嘅結構。咁我嚟緊係會講多少少宿舍一啲人同埋事有關嘅。咁睇一睇宿舍呢一個，佢其實係由一個天主教耶穌會所去管理嘅宿舍，佢點樣喺大學嘅宿舍亦都達到佢嘅唔同嘅功能同埋目的。咁首先利馬道宿舍佢其實由創立以嚟咧，都一直係天主教耶穌會嘅一個傳教同埋學術嘅基地。我估我想講少呢一張畫，呢一張畫其實就係會更加睇得清楚頭先我同事 Ryan 所講話中西合璧嗰個建築嘅特色。你會見到綠色嗰啲就係嗰啲屋檐同埋瓦片啦。咁然之後門口其實個 mouse 喺度。門口你呢一度咧，張畫唔係畫得好詳細，但係你都會嗰陣時係有本書打開咗，係寫住《論語》上面寫嘅汝為君子如，無為小人如。呢個亦都係我哋宿舍嘅寫訓啦。咁佢喺創立嘅時候，其實耶穌會同埋當時嘅教區亦都擺咗好多心機去營造呢個傳教同埋學術嘅基地嚟嘅。咁首先你會見到係呢一啲係喺戰前同埋差唔多戰後香港大學嘅一啲教職員，佢哋本身例如話 Father Daniel J. Finn 佢就係教地理嘅 ，Father Mansfield 就係教 economics 等等啦。咁佢哋其實亦都係香港大學嘅教職員嚟嘅，咁就亦都係透過宿舍呢一個場域去宣揚學術啦。咁一陣間我哋會講多少少關於Father Daniel J. Finn 佢喺學術上面嘅貢獻同埋事工咁樣。係啦，而家我哋又講Father Finn。Father Finn 佢其實係香港啦，乃至成個華南嚟講，喺考古方面嘅一個權威、一個傳奇人物嚟嘅。咁佢其實就係喺而家我哋叫嘅南丫島 Lamb Island 嗰陣時叫薄寮洲，咁佢就發掘到好多史前嘅一啲嘅考古嘅陶器啊，或者一啲嘅石器咁樣。咁呢一個亦都係嗰陣時陳列喺宿舍嘅圖書館嘅一啲嘅藏品啦。咁當時香港有好多嘅文化人，亦都過嚟呢一度去睇呢一啲嘅藏品，一陣我哋都會講到。咁而呢一批嘅藏品其實部分就藏咗喺而家香港歷史博物館有一個嘅分在禮神父嘅特藏。咁但係好不幸，咁就 范神父就喺1936年嘅11月1號就過身。咁我哋睇翻都多係公教報啦。咁喺1936年1941年嘅一個記載，都會講翻好多神父嗰陣時點樣同宿生嘅相處啦。即係佢係一個好似慈父咁嘅人物。咁將成間房都擺滿晒嗰陣時考古所掘到嘅一啲嘅古物。咁當啲人一去揾佢嘅時候，佢亦都會好雀躍、好熱烈咁同佢分享。咁有時當我哋啲同學去執拾宿舍嘅一啲雜誌啊、文件啊、啲器物嘅時候，其實都好似隔相同花邊有一個呼應咁樣。咁除咗啱啱講嘅花邊咧，咁我想擺少少時間去講一講左手邊嘅嗰幅畫像。嗰幅係一幅徐悲鴻先生喺1938年訪港嘅時候畫嘅畫像。咁除咗你見到個畫像有中西合璧之外，我哋其實能夠由呢一張畫見到當時香港大學嘅學術氛圍。點解咁講呢？因為原來呢一行字咧就徐悲鴻先生佢自己手題啦。咁然之後呢一度寫嘅孔德之容，洞成準飾，自西曹東，為此中國咧，就係當時香港大學中文學院嘅教授馬鑑佢所提嘅。咁然之後呢一邊嘅品質聖哲，學貫天人咧，就係當時嘅系主任許地山佢所寫嘅。所以你見到同一幅畫入邊咧，原來都已經有當時香港大學中文學院嘅一啲嘅教授，佢哋都親自去覺得利馬頭宿舍係一個好重要嘅一個學術嘅地方，咁而有個探訪啦。咁而右手邊嘅，我相信大家都認識就係當時嘅翻譯系嘅主任啦，咁亦都係馮明山圖書館嘅館長陳君寶先生啦。咁佢其實喺二戰前後咧係保育咗好多香港嘅圖書嘅。咁佢嗰陣時嚟到我哋宿舍咧係有個點嘅反應咧？咁原來佢嚟到係同啲神父食飯嘅時候咧，係話我飯都唔係好食得落啊，因為掛住同啲神父去傾偈，同埋當時利馬竇寄宿舍嘅圖書館係非常之佢嘅講法啦，係最足貴，係其他宿舍係完全忽略嘅，甚至連當時嘅其他嘅宿舍，雖然可能嗰個年份會比我哋早啲，亦都冇呢個圖書館。咁佢亦都覺得當時啲神父係非常之個生活簡朴，令到人覺得天主教係值得信仰。咁亦都可以見到當時利馬竇宿舍係一個學術嘅氛圍好重嘅地方，亦都會俾到好多機會香港大學嘅教職員同埋甚至係中國嘅文人佢哋去一個交流嘅地方。咁除咗學術方面之外咧，我哋亦都會睇到頭先大家記唔記得我哋講到話二戰期間宿舍停辦嘛，有一本書係Jesuit Under Fire 嘅，其實就係右手邊嘅左手邊嘅呢位賴怡恩神父花 Thomas Ryan 佢所寫嘅。咁呢位神父後尾做到 Jesuit 嘅 Superior 啦。咁佢嘅事工除咗寫啱啱嗰本書之外，佢喺戰後咧其實就係香港嘅處理嘅農務嘅總監。咁佢有啲咩貢獻？例如話促進咗左上角嘅蔬菜統營處嘅成立啦，喺香港種唔同嘅郊野公園，唔係嗰陣時唔叫郊野公園，但係去用翻澳洲一啲南威爾士嘅植林嘅方法喺香港去種翻樹，因為喺日佔期間其實好多樹係被砍伐咗，咁佢就大力提倡植林嘅計劃啦。咁而佢當時嘅一啲福利嘅組織咧，亦都係而家社會福利署嘅一個前身。咁呢個亦都會見到當時賴神父係住喺我哋宿舍，咁其實宿舍都會有一個耶穌會重要嘅基地啦。咁然之後，啱啱我哋咪提到陳君寶嘅，咁陳君寶喺佢嚟我哋宿舍嘅探訪嘅時候，其實都有講到話宿舍個圖書館嘅藏書係非常之珍貴。咁而我哋亦都好有幸啦，而家喺我哋宿舍嘅圖書館，亦都係 keep 住咗好多當年都仲有嘅書，有啲書係經歷過第二世界大戰嘅洗禮嘅。咁而呢一個圖書館嘅館藏，其實都反映咗當時耶穌會士點樣睇喺佢哋眼中乜嘢係知識，乜嘢係一間大學所需要嘅知識。咁而呢一度後面嘅就係我哋個保育徵集計劃嘅其他館藏。咁一間我嘅同事阿 Jeff 佢會講多少少。咁而我想講多少少喺傳教方面，利馬竇宿舍佢點樣作為一個基地？嗱，左手邊呢一位咧係Bishop Ratna， 咁佢嘅一個recount， 我哋下一頁會見到，佢係一個由泰國嚟香港讀書嘅一個神父，咁佢係就讀於香港華仁書院嘅，咁佢讀完書，跟住就喺利馬竇宿舍寄宿啦，咁然之後佢又翻咗泰國做主教，係啦，咁我哋會見到原來利馬竇宿舍佢培訓出嚟嘅人才，唔單止淨係喺香港做一個福傳嘅工作，佢亦都會係喺成個東南亞都有佢個影響喺度。咁呢個係當時Year 3嘅Ratna 佢嘅一個嘅 recount 啦，你會見到佢點樣朝頭早起咁樣去望彌撒咁樣，咁雖然好想繼續瞓落去，咁但係都係要望彌撒，係啦。咁然之後雖然好凍咁，但係都即係去 chapel 嗰度去望彌撒咁樣，咁亦都會見到當時宗教生活點樣係佔咗宿舍生活嘅一個好重要嘅部分啦。咁除此以外，咁我哋宿舍亦都有好多嘅舍監，例如好不幸啦，舊年呢個釋奴歸主嘅德行神父，咁佢其實喺1970到78年擔任利馬竇宿舍嘅舍監，咁佢除咗係宿舍嘅舍監，佢亦都有做過香港華仁書院同九龍華仁書院嘅校長、校監等嘅工作。咁佢舊年12月11號過身嘅時候，連香港嘅特首亦都有個悼詞去講返神父點樣嘅有教無類，佢對香港嘅教育有幾大嘅貢獻。咁而宿舍除咗作為耶穌會嘅一個傳教同埋學術嘅基地，佢所培育出嚟嘅人才，亦都對香港嘅社會有相當大嘅貢獻。啱啱我哋有講到話第二世界大戰嘅時候嘅宿舍係遭停辦啦，但係佢其實有好多嘅校友都係投身於香港義勇防衛軍，佢去保衛香港呢個地方。咁而右手邊嘅6位就係參加咗，大多數都係歐亞混血兒嘅，我哋叫大仙啦，因為我哋叫啲 senior 啲校友係咁，我哋通常又會叫佢哋大仙嘅。咁呢6位大仙就分別上面嗰呢3位Algernon Ho、Peter Ulrich 同埋 Ernest Patterson 就喺西灣嘅防炮台度殉難咯。咁然之後中間2位Arthur Reed 同埋 Stephen Reed 就喺黃泥涌嘅戰爭當中就一位受咗重傷，一位又失蹤咗。然之後其實呢度應該唔係號4，應該係Shaquem Geronimo Guterres 啦。佢就守喺摩星嶺嘅炮台，守到香港淪陷最尾嘅一刻。然之後喺戰俘營嗰度罹患咗重疾，最尾喺呢個窩打老道嘅戰俘營嗰度殉難。咁我哋宿舍亦都喺今年啱啱趁住宿舍90週年嘅機遇，去成立咗一個紀念牌喺頭先 Ryan 有提到嘅4方走廊，即係楞住宿舍嘅2棟嘅樓宇中間，去紀念翻佢哋。咁啱啱講到嘅義勇軍嘅第3年就係呢一度啦。咁我哋亦都好有幸啦，咁同我哋嘅校友啱啱講嘅Shaquem Geronimo Guterres 嘅公子，咁舊年喺前年喺澳洲就有一個嘅呢個會面，咁亦都去將佢專用當時嘅住宿舍嘅相啊等等，去呈現翻俾佢。咁除咗話去保衛香港以外嘅貢獻，咁其實我哋宿舍嘅校友喺香港嘅法律界啊，又或者文化界，亦都好有嘅唔同嘅付出啦。例如話啱啱今年年頭過身嘅余叔少校友咯，咁佢其實喺香港華仁書院畢業之後，喺39年就加入我哋宿舍啦。然之後就佢同埋佢嘅哥哥余平仲，佢嘅細佬余貴高，亦都係住喺我哋宿舍嘅。咁佢喺度讀完書，咁然之後就喺中國內地有參與過抗日嘅戰事，然之後再去英國留學咁樣樣。咁然之後，我估呢位大家都識㗎啦。咁唔係呢位係啦。咁韓生大仙啦，咁佢其實就喺1939年加入我哋宿舍，咁佢亦都係我哋所知現存年紀最大嘅一位校友啦。咁佢嘅貢獻我亦都唔喺度去嘥大家時間去講，係啦。咁中間呢一位大家認唔認識啊？有冇來賓可以估下係邊一位嚟㗎？李柱銘係啦。咁我估我把口講得唔係好好啊，不如我直接播俾大家睇啊。
Martin Lee 李柱銘，1957年入香港大學 因為我自細都中意踢足球，
呢個就係我哋
但係我就唔係咁叻嘅，咁就揦住個波，咁就喺度一個人就喺度踢㗎啦。所以嗰隊波後來要踢波就鬥波嘅時候，10個好波嘅，第日爭一個，咁啊見我咁勤力又好氣，咁啊揾我去踢咯。不過嗰場波就好威，打到 final， 開波唔夠5分鐘，我哋輸咗2-0，我都未掂過波就輸咗2-0。嗰場波我哋就叫咗啲女 fans 嚟睇我波，幾個靚女嚟捧我哋場，咁好懵噶嘛，好面懵噶嘛，叫咗啲靚女嚟睇我哋踢波，咁快出去輸2-0，好彩贏翻4-2啊！咁就 Richie Hall 後來都有嗰幅相都，佢哋擺咗喺個 common room 度㗎。
係啦，咁大家都聽到啦，隔咗50-60年，大仙啦，佢對我哋即係宿舍嘅生活個記憶仍然歷歷在目嘅。咁跟住另一位就係1960年加入宿舍嘅黃霑校友啦，黃湛森博士啦。咁佢其實嘅創作都係膾炙人口嘅。咁然之後呢位我估近排如果大家有留意新聞時事，可能都有比較多嘅人去問翻我哋前立法局主席嘅一啲嘅意見啦。咁佢黃宏發教授咧，佢其實係我哋宿舍64到65年度嘅體育隊長，咁喺嗰年亦都贏咗一個冠軍。咁佢啱啱喺舊年過咗65年，即係都50幾年之後咧，咁佢就翻嚟我哋宿舍，因為舊年我哋又贏咗，咁佢就做我哋嘅頒獎嘉賓。咁下面呢一張咧就係佢64-65年嘅時候，佢做 sports captain， 即係呢個位。咁佢嗰陣時就啱啱贏咗呢一杯，咁就而家就再頒翻俾我哋嘅校友咁樣樣。咁然之後左手邊嗰位就係68年加入我哋宿舍嘅許冠傑先生啦。咁佢喺香港流行曲或者香港音樂嗰個地位，我估我都唔再詳細去敘述啦。咁然之後，除咗話喺音樂上面嘅貢獻，我哋嘅校友左手邊嗰位係1971年加入宿舍嘅陳冠中先生啦。咁佢同佢嘅一個同輩啦，中間呢一位有冇人認到呢位係邊位啊？呢位係邱世文先生，咁佢好不幸啦，喺20年前就過身，因為腦癌嘅緣故。咁佢哋其實當時都開一代風氣之先，就創立咗《號外》嘅呢本雜誌啦。咁而邱世文先生佢喺臨終之前，其實都有敘述翻佢同佢嘅其他宿友陳修治醫生史太祖醫生等等嘅兄弟嘅情誼，寫咗一本叫《同行41世紀》嘅著作。咁我哋點解會講咁多一啲我哋宿舍嘅校友嘅故事咧？因為原來我哋發現喺呢一個我暫時借住多Fukushima 嗰個講法啦，即係一個 church university hostel complex 嘅一個概念去講嘅時候，原來佢呢度出嚟嘅校友對個社會有咁大嘅貢獻，而我哋睇翻我哋出嚟嘅校友，其實某個程度上係折射緊香港一段黃金歲月嘅一個好重要嘅部分啦。咁而左手邊嗰位你未必認到個樣，但係如果大家有用Facebook 或者其他 social media， 可能大家有聽過一個網站叫 9get 啦，係啦，咁就係我哋左手邊嘅呢位校友陳展瑩先生，一位03年加入宿舍嘅校友，佢所創立嘅。而我哋都會見到，如果我哋講流行嘅文化，我哋由文學、由音樂等等一路流傳到而家，用社交媒體，我哋嘅校友喺唔同方面其實係補足緊香港社會嘅，喺香港個文化史、社會史上面有個好重要嘅部分啦。咁跟住我會俾跟住 Jeff 就會講一講歷史保育點樣係我哋宿舍傳統嘅重要一環。唔該 Jeff。
好，咁我而家就講下我哋歷史，我哋宿舍歷史保育嘅部分啦。咁首先我就想講下我哋宿舍而家最古老嘅一份刊物咧，就係1939年嘅10週年紀念年刊。咁就係見到我哋每一年都有出版呢啲唔同嘅刊物啦。咁就係見到咁樣，我哋就創立咗一個叫做香港大學利瑪竇宿舍文物保育及徵集計劃。咁呢個計劃咧，呢個計劃咧就有5個持份者㗎，分別就係天主教耶穌會大學啦，即係香港大學啦， 跟住校友即係我哋呢個宿生會啦，同埋校友即係我哋個舊生會，跟住宿生會同埋社會5個持份者嘅。咁喺宿生會部分裏邊咧，就係我同埋 Ryan 就係今年我哋喺週年事務大會上面推選咗我哋2位作為呢個計劃嘅學生代表。咁 Nixon 咧就係喺舊生會裏邊嘅週年大會啦，咁佢就週年事務大會啫，就推選咗佢出嚟作為呢個計劃嘅代表。咁我哋保育嘅部分咧，同學嘅參與都係多嘅。咁就係喺暑假或者係一啲放假嘅時候咧，咁我哋嘅同學就會去返我哋嘅圖書館啦。咁就係喺裏邊做一啲文物啊、刊物啊、圖片啊等等嘅嘢嘅檔案嘅整理啦，同埋喺裏邊就係吸收返我哋了解返我哋自己本身宿舍嘅歷史之後咧，就方便我哋可以同出邊嘅人再推廣啊，加深我哋出邊嘅人對我哋嘅認識。咁除此之外咧，咁我哋都有舉辦一啲唔同嘅專業培訓啦。咁例如就係一個口述歷史嘅培訓啦。咁呢個圖片裏邊見到嘅咧就係我哋嶺南大學歷史系劉志鵬教授所舉辦嘅一個口述歷史培訓班，咁就俾我哋嘅同學學習點樣係從自己嘅口中咁就敘述翻歷史出嚟，咁就方便我哋推廣俾我哋嘅歷史俾大眾聽嘅。而家我哋嘅計劃咧進行緊嘅就有數碼化啦，就係包括一啲圖片同埋刊物嘅數碼化，仲有一啲檔案管理，就係方便我哋將唔同嘅嘢分類好之後，就可以喺唔同嘅媒體上面就展示俾大眾睇。咁講翻啱啱就係有口述歷史嘅部分咧，咁我哋同學都有組織過出去揾翻我哋嘅大仙去做翻啲口述歷史嘅記錄嘅。咁左邊圖片呢位咧就係我哋嘅運輸及房屋局局長陳帆局長。我哋有一次就係揾過佢做一個口述歷史嘅採訪啦，咁就記低翻佢所講，佢嗰陣時喺讀書嘅時候同埋住喺宿舍嘅時候咧，佢所經歷過嘅嘢，咁就講翻俾我哋同學知，我哋同學就記翻低。咁右邊呢位就係黃宏發教授啦，咁我哋都有揾過佢做一個口述歷史嘅採訪嘅。咁呢個計劃咧，除咗係俾我哋本地同學之外咧，咁亦都有唔同嘅國際生加入啦。咁見到好似呢張圖片嗰個同學咁樣，佢係一個其實係今年嚟嘅交換生嚟嘅。咁佢其實喺我哋宿舍裏邊住完1年之後咧，咁對我哋嘅宿舍都有一定嘅了解。咁佢就會有一次喺其他學校嘅訪問即係探訪之中咧，咁我哋就有呢位同學同其他同學就介紹翻我哋呢6位喺二戰時期捐軀嘅大仙啦。咁佢哋從佢敘述翻當時二戰其實係點樣，咁我哋宿舍又點樣對呢個香港有幾多貢獻呢？咁仲有就係我哋喺暑假嘅時候都有組織一啲去佢呢6位大仙埋骨嘅地方，就做一個瞻仰啦，去佢哋嘅墓園度瞻仰啦，咁就係紀念翻我哋前人所留低嘅嘢，同埋講翻點樣先可以令到即係我哋宿舍對香港有幾多貢獻咯。其實，咁我而家交俾迪神講我哋宿舍同埋香港大學嘅教育方針嘅關係。
好，唔該阿 Jeff。咁我估喺講落去講翻宿舍同埋大學教育嘅關係咧，咁我哋其實都可以睇一睇翻呢張相嘅。咁呢張相你會見到啦，其實係我哋宿舍嘅圖書館嘅一個場景啦。咁你亦都會見到有唔同年代頭先所講嘅一啲經歷過二戰嘅洗禮嘅圖書，其實都仲藏喺入邊。咁 右手邊第2位嗰位男士咧，其實就係我哋香港大學新任嘅校長張翔。咁佢喺舊年2018年7月17號第一日返工，佢就過嚟 Richie。咁點解咧？咁都係唔好我講啦，等佢講咯。
I discovered I have a link with Hong Kong U. My mentor, Andrew Tam, was an alumnus who lived in Ritchie Hall. He was a Richard, and his inventiveness shaped much of my work today.
咁跟住後面嗰啲抱負，如果大家有時間可以再聽一聽佢講翻。咁大家可能未必有聽過啱啱張校長所講譚正呢一位嘅校友嘅故事。咁但係原來佢就係我哋張翔校長嘅其中一個 mentor， 佢對佢嘅科研有好深厚嘅影響。咁始終我哋香港大學利馬道宿舍其實係呢個香港大學嘅一個組成嘅部分嘅時候，咁其實佢同大學嘅教育係相呼應嘅。而有時有啲嘅宿生佢喺度嘅唔同嘅經歷，其實都會對佢嘅人生有非常之深遠嘅影響。就好似頭先Jeff 有提到嘅劉志鵬教授啦，嶺南大學嘅劉志鵬教授，咁佢其實都係我哋1981年加入我哋宿舍嘅校友。咁宿舍對佢影響大到個咩程度呢？佢嘅長公子亦都係我哋嘅校友，喺2012年加入我哋。咁我啱啱所講嘅就啱啱所講到話張翔校長啦，咁其實佢嘅 mentor 係呢個Richard 啦。咁而呢一張相就係去到舊年10月22號一個香港大學嘅 mentorship 嘅 inauguration 嘅一個 ceremony 嘅時候啦。咁喺大學同埋我哋宿舍嘅協助之下，咁左手邊2位咧，歐志君教授同埋任錦漢教授，其實就係當時譚正博士嘅同學。然之後呢度2位嘅譚博士就係譚正博士嘅呢個阿哥同埋細佬，咁亦都係一個好好嘅場合去俾佢哋有個 reunion 啦。咁呢一個其實係一個非常之exemplary 嘅一個例子去講翻，其實住宿舍同埋大學係中間係有一個扣連嘅關係。咁如果我哋睇翻大學嘅願景係點樣一個亞洲嘅國際大學，佢會點樣去提倡 internationalization、innovation？一啲 interdisciplinary 嘅 research， 佢點樣去 nurture 啲 scholar， 佢點樣去提倡 research 啊、teaching 啊，點樣去有唔同嘅 social contribution。我估喺頭先我哋嘅分享入邊，亦都有講到宿舍，尤其喺佢戰前作為一個早期嘅國際化嘅一個年代，唔同族裔嘅同學，佢點樣啱啱喺金文泰總督嘅演辭度，亦都有講到唔同族裔嘅朋友點樣為呢個殖民地嘅宿舍。點樣嘅宿舍嘅宿生點樣為呢個殖民地去做一個貢獻啦？咁我估其實會見到我哋透過認識宿舍以往嘅歷史，去點樣去印證翻香港大學嘅歷史，同埋去促進翻香港大學嘅教育理念。咁啱啱亦都有講到如果話宿舍嘅 mission 點樣去講話 brotherhood， 點樣去講到喺 say physically、culturally、intellectually 等等去促進宿生嘅成長，其實呢個亦都會見到佢點樣同香港嘅社會係息息相關，亦都係佐證咗大學社堂嘅教育理念。咁而宿舍啦，除咗佢係一個天主教耶穌會嘅宿舍，佢亦都同我哋香港大學嘅其他唔同嘅宗教團體所辦嘅一啲嘅宿舍，例如話已經冇咗嘅呢個由之前倫敦傳道會所辦嘅瑪麗信堂，或者聖公會所辦嘅聖約翰學院，咁有唔同嘅一個聯繫啦。咁但係因為今日時間嘅關係，咁我哋亦都未必能夠講到話佢哋喺傳教啊或者社會上面嘅貢獻。咁但係佢哋作為我哋其他嘅社堂嘅一啲朋友，咁佢哋我哋亦都會同佢有好多唔同嘅交集啦。咁而我哋隔離 亦都有另外嘅社堂，例如我哋 Richie Hall 有一間男科，咁我哋隔離有一間女科何董夫人紀念堂。如果大家有睇到玻璃之城，都可能會有睇過黎明啊、舒淇佢哋點樣去搶銅鑼。呢一個就係銅鑼，咁而隔離呢位就係 Ryan， 咁佢舊年係我哋嘅新生隊長，咁佢就係企喺中間，咁就去搶銅鑼咯。咁呢一啲其實亦都係我哋港大非常之一啲有趣嘅一啲嘅習俗，咁亦都係如果我哋問翻啊，你喺香港大學最記得係啲乜嘢？我估可能 say Ryan 到10年、20年之後都會記得啲水袋點樣迎面飛嚟咁樣。咁而我哋都會同社會有唔同嘅聯繫啦，例如我哋之前例如我哋計劃嘅顧問譚博士咧，咁佢亦都喺在座啦。咁我亦都有整理過宿舍以往針對社會服務嘅一啲經驗，去睇下點樣去幫助香港嘅一啲少數族裔嘅同學去提供一啲師友計劃啦。咁而我亦都有同香港大學有唔同嘅合作，去將香港大學嘅生活同埋社同嘅生活去帶俾大家。咁因為時間嘅咁我亦都有幫到唔同嘅一啲視障同埋智障嘅人士，同埋喺一啲社會創新嘅計劃嗰度去睇下我哋點樣大學生去善用我哋嘅資源去回饋社會。咁我估因為時間嘅關係，咁如果有其他嘅提問或者意見，咁我好歡迎喺提問環節嗰度去再同大家分享。多謝各位。
咁有冇朋友有一啲關於呢個保育計劃嘅一啲嘅問題？
好多謝幾位同學，死啦係咪同學？係我覺得做得非常之好，同埋好有意思啦。我就想問問你哋做咗幾多 research？ 即係我知道拆之前舊嗰間Richie Hall 咧，有啲咩係救翻嘅？即係有啲咩 relics 啲相啊 whatever 同埋你話佢原本係個 fort 嚟㗎嘛，我就睇下你哋喺呢個 research 呢個 area 度，我覺得呢個係一個好 meaningful 嘅 legacy 嚟嘅嚇。Thank you 非常之好嚇。好，
咁唔該晒你嘅提問啦。咁我估舊宿舍能夠同時見證到我哋舊宿舍同埋新宿舍嘅，就咁睇呢張相，你會見到幾樣嘅嘢嘅。咁首先係呢個圖書櫃後面嘅藏書啦，有好多其實係經歷過第二世界大戰嘅洗禮嘅。咁喺舊宿舍，頭先陳君寶先生所講，陳君寶教授所講嘅最足貴嘅圖書館，咁呢一啲圖書本身就係經歷咗兩座宿舍佢嘅一個變遷。佢哋有啲係收藏咗喺香港市民圖書館嗰度，即係呢個而家嘅 Helena May 梅夫人俱樂部嗰度。咁亦都有一批就係戰後嘅耶穌會士佢哋添置嘅一啲嘅藏品啦。咁然之後經歷過兩個宿舍嘅呢張圖，你會見到中間呢一個啦，叫做 Marianne Cup。咁係一個社際嘅男子體育嘅比賽嘅獎杯啦。咁頭先你會見到黃宏發校友，咁佢1965年嘅時候獲頒呢個獎，咁到而家其實都有一個利馬竇人嘅我哋叫共同目標咁樣嘅嘢。咁我哋亦都好坦白咁講，就係舊宿舍有好多嘅無論你話建築啊或者點，其實就今時今日都已經唔存在啦。咁但係我哋都有唔同嘅相啊，又或者校友佢哋會提供翻口述歷史嘅資料俾我哋。例如話頭先你可能都會見到我哋嘅呢一張畫啦，咁就會見到舊宿舍嘅模樣。咁但係我哋睇翻嘅黑白相都係黑白嘅嘛，咁啲顏色係點樣嚟咧？咁原來隻校友透過口述歷史去同我哋講翻，原來嗰陣時宿舍個顏色係咁樣咯，係啦。
多謝三位同學你哋嘅介紹，你哋做多好多工作。頭先你哋介紹當中咧都提過你哋嘅社會服務啦，或者係貢獻啦。有冇啲大學嘅宿舍嘅大仙咧？佢哋參加過社運啊，譬如7273年嘅保釣運動啊，或者喺政治上咧，即係譬如而家你哋呢一批咧，你有冇參加政治嘅運動啊之類咁樣？有冇咁嘅膽量啊，同埋學識？照計利馬竇教你嘅嘢應該係好多嘅。頭先麻煩你去翻頭先嗰張場嗰位嗰度係。 嗰個背景我有興趣，有一張背面有93利瑪竇宿舍，上面有個利瑪竇像嘅嗰張啊，嗰張係複製品嚟㗎，啱唔啱啊？係啊。咁啊，我如果呢張係珍藏嘅話，我就覺得可惜。你咁樣擺咧，你真係對個先人不敬啊，好嘛？兩個問題啫，呢個好嘛？
好。我估第二個問題會容易啲講。咁徐悲鴻先生畫嘅利瑪竇像咧，咁我哋嗰陣時都聽過有個古仔嘅，係1980年代啦。咁嗰陣時有啲教友啦，咁同神父講掛喺你宿舍個飯堂入邊嘅利瑪竇像係咪真㗎？跟住神父話係真跡嚟嘅。咁跟住就教友就問：咁你唔驚俾人偷咩？咁嗰陣時神父就話：咁如果天主保佑嘅，應該就唔會俾人偷嘅。咁但係咁，其實你都知擺喺飯堂咁，佢個環境，即係例如你話濕度啊、光度都未必咁理想。咁所以我哋宿舍其實就借咗俾香港大學嘅美術博物館去珍藏。咁啱啱先生你提到話圖書館嘅嗰幅，咁就係應該1989年嘅時候，我哋複製咗1000張嘅其中一張複製本嚟嘅，係啦。咁至於你頭先提到嘅一啲之前你話70年代嘅學生運動，咁我自己其實亦都有做過呢方面，例如睇翻當時香港大學嘅唔同嘅刊物啊，講緊學院啊、客戲啊、undergrad、Union Magazine 等等嘅記載，咁乃至係出邊報紙啊或者唔同嘅檔案，咁我相信呢個係另一個好大嘅 project 嚟嘅。咁given 我哋嘅無論係資源啦、人手啦，咁其實都比較吃緊嘅。例如頭先Jeff 有講到啦，我哋同學主要係喺暑假嘅時候去幫手，咁我哋都要找緊個時間去將啲資源投放喺最適當嘅位置，咁所以我相信嗰邊有其他 research 我哋需要再做咁樣咯。
咁我哋最後一個問題咧。
幾位同學你好，我都係港大。上個禮拜啱聽咗個講座就講明源堂啊，咁我係羅啟銳嗰屆，但係可惜嗰陣時住港島，住唔到宿舍。咁你要追翻呢啲歷史，正話嗰位先生講學運嗰陣時係最火熱嘅年代。我70年代初讀港大嘅時候，但係越嚟越少人講呢啲歷史。如果你要追翻呢啲咧，相當困難，因為而家嗰啲畢業生散佈咗喺，甚至我哋咧係有啲同學已經移晒民，有啲失咗聯絡啊。咁但係都要值得做嘅。咁如果唔係啲歷史嘅失傳，你呢個有冇一個網站或者 Facebook， 你徵集啲文物同歷史啊？如果你有一個咁樣嘅平台咧，我相信會方便我講嗰樣嘢，你去收集啲資料嘅時候，啲人變咗容易啲俾料你。好似我中學皇仁都係我經過好辛苦提議，因為堂堂一間香港最老歷史嘅官校，居然冇任何檔案室嘅。咁後尾當年嗰個做副校長係我港大嘅師弟，俾我感染咗，佢就的起心我揾間房嚟儲文物，直至到今時今日就搞出一個我哋嘅校史館。所以就係呢啲要慢慢去追翻我哋起步遲啊，做呢啲功夫。咁所以點點滴滴，我哋開始失憶㗎啦嘛。咁變咗要快啲做呢啲口述歷史考同埋文物嘅收集咯。咁所以唔好淨係限死你 rich， 你係要八卦啲 crossover 去所有其他呢啲宿舍，發動一個 movement，即係話做埋其他嗰啲宿舍嘅歷史先得啊！
好，多謝你嘅問題。我估好簡單嘅少少回應啦。王者仁豐嘅嗰個校史館其實都係香港一個喺學校嘅檔案館嚟講一個相當有規模嘅館。咁我相信其實我哋都有好多嘢係值得互相去交流啊、學習咁樣樣。咁而頭先先生你提到話70年代嘅一啲嘅學生嘅生活，咁我覺得係的確好似你所講一個非常之有價值嘅一件事啦。咁例如我哋頭先提到嘅陳冠中啊、邱世文啊等等，喺70年代都真係開一代風氣之先。咁我相信佢哋唔同嘅參與，其實都即係好似啱啱所講，係補足緊香港嗰個社會史、文化史、香港歷史上面一啲好重要嘅部分。咁至於你話網站啊等等，咁我亦都咁樣講就係 喺目前我哋嘅資源嘅情況底下，咁我估我哋都仲要多一啲嘅功夫，我哋先可以做更多。咁至於先生你頭先提到話有更多關於例如話你之前住明園堂啊等等，我哋其實都好想係能夠有更加多嘅交流，我估會後我哋可以再講多少少咁樣樣。
今日就多謝 Nixon 同埋佢嗰2位 team member 啦。咁今日嘅講座就結束。咁我哋亦都再預告一下，下個月咧就係6月22號咧，就係關於修道團體嘅。咁就請咗3個唔同嘅修道團體啦，咁過嚟同大家介紹。佢哋都有啲個別嘅比較特別嘅地方，咁希望大家都會過嚟聽啦。咁另外咧就下個月咧，我哋都會有而家可以外邊都有啲書派嘅。咁下個月咧就仲會有新書添，係免費派發嘅。咁你哋頭先提到嗰位Father Finn 咧嗰本新書都會提到嘅。咁希望大家會有興趣，係啦。咁多謝各位。